A silent witness, the 1,200-year-old Byzantine shipwreck and its window into a transforming world. The serene depths of the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Israel guard secrets millennia in the making. In 2022, the silent, dark waters yielded one of its most remarkable treasures: the perfectly preserved wreck of a 1,200-year-old merchant ship, a stunningly intact time capsule from the early Islamic era of the 7th or 8th century AD. This was not a vessel lost to a dramatic, tempestuous storm or a violent naval battle, but one that settled quietly onto the seabed, its structure and cargo remaining largely undisturbed for over a millennium. The discovery, made by a team from the University of Haifa, sent ripples through the archaeological world, not merely for its exceptional state of preservation, but for the profound historical narrative it challenges and enriches. This shipwreck serves as tangible, physical proof that commerce and cultural exchange in the Mediterranean did not cease with the rise of new political and religious powers, but instead adapted, persisted, and even flourished. The ship is a silent witness to a world in transition, and its cargo of over 200 amphoras, laden with the everyday foods of the Mediterranean diet, tells a story far more complex and interconnected than history books often allow. The significance of the wreck is immediately apparent in its physical attributes. The ship was a substantial vessel for its time, measuring an impressive 25 meters, approximately 82 feet, long. Its size alone marks it as a major seagoing cargo carrier, capable of undertaking long-distance voyages across open water. The preservation of its hull and structure is so complete that it offers archaeologists an unprecedented opportunity to study Byzantine early Islamic shipbuilding techniques. Unlike many ancient shipwrecks, which are often found scattered or heavily damaged, this vessel settled into the soft seabed in a way that protected it from the corrosive effects of oxygen and the destructive power of marine organisms and strong currents. This level of preservation allows researchers to examine everything from the joinery and planking techniques to the mast step and rudder attachments, providing a veritable blueprint of early medieval maritime engineering. Such a complete specimen acts as a crucial missing link, helping scholars understand the evolution of ship design from the classical period to the Middle Ages. Each timber, each nail, and each construction method reveals the technological prowess and practical knowledge of the shipwrights who built it. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of the discovery is the ship's rich and varied cargo, which paints a vivid picture of a vibrant and surprisingly globalized economic network. The hold was filled with over 200 amphoras, the ubiquitous ceramic containers of the ancient world, and many were still sealed with their original contents. Analysis of these contents revealed the staples of the Mediterranean diet: fish sauce, a prized condiment known as garum, various types of olives, sweet dates, and dried figs. This assortment of goods was not local. The amphoras and their contents were determined to have originated from all across the eastern Mediterranean, including Cyprus, Egypt, Turkey, and the coast of North Africa. This single cargo, therefore, represents a complex and well-established trade route, one that connected the entire region. The ship was essentially a floating marketplace, carrying the flavors of one culture to the ports of another. It demonstrates that despite the political and religious fragmentation of the formerly Roman world, the economic ties that had bound the Mediterranean together for centuries proved remarkably resilient. The demand for specialty food items and the capacity to transport them in bulk across great distances speaks to a level of commercial sophistication and consumer expectation that contradicts the older historical view of a region plunged into economic isolation. The historical context of this ship's operational period is crucial to understanding why its discovery is so revolutionary. The 7th and 8th centuries AD were a time of profound upheaval. The Eastern Roman, or Byzantine Empire, was locked in a protracted and bitter struggle with the rising power of the Islamic Caliphate, which had rapidly expanded its dominance into the Eastern Mediterranean region. Conventional historical narratives, often based on written sources from the period, have suggested that this religious and military conflict led to a dramatic collapse of international commerce. The prevailing theory was that the Mediterranean Sea, once the bustling heart of the Roman world, had become a dangerous barrier, with trade shrinking to small-scale local cabotage, coastal hopping, conducted by smaller vessels. This shipwreck single-handedly upends that narrative. As nautical archaeologist Deborah Kvikel of the University of Haifa stated, the find is unique first because of its size and because of its dating, directly contradicting the history books which say that commerce almost stopped and that there was no international commerce in the Mediterranean at this time. Here was definitive physical evidence of a large vessel engaged in precisely the kind of long-distance international trade that was supposed to have disappeared. The advanced archaeological techniques employed in studying the wreck are as modern as the vessel is ancient. The team utilized precise photogrammetry to create highly detailed 3D models of the site, allowing for virtual reconstruction and analysis without disturbing the fragile remains. Every amphora was carefully mapped in situ before recovery, providing crucial data about the ship's stowage patterns and stability. The organic remains, including the food contents and any wooden components, were conserved using state-of-the-art stabilization processes to prevent degradation upon exposure to air. Furthermore, scientific analysis, like organic residue analysis inside the amphoras, confirmed the presence of specific foodstuffs, while materials science helped pinpoint the specific clay sources of the pottery, enabling archaeologists to trace the cargo back to its exact regions of origin. This multidisciplinary approach transforms the wreck from a mere collection of old objects into a rich data set that can be queried and interpreted from multiple angles, revealing information about diet, agriculture, ceramic production, and maritime logistics in the early medieval period. The preservation of this Byzantine ship can be insightfully contrasted with other famous maritime archaeological finds, which often owe their survival to similar unique environmental conditions. The most direct comparison is with the world's oldest intact shipwreck, a 2,400-year-old Greek trading vessel discovered in the Black Sea. That ship survived because the Black Sea's deep waters are anoxic, devoid of oxygen, which prevents the existence of wood-eating organisms. While the Mediterranean does not have the same large-scale anoxic layers, local microenvironments, such as the fine, low-oxygen sediments off the Israeli coast, can create similar preservation pockets. This Byzantine wreck is part of a broader pattern demonstrating that the most complete windows into the past are often found in these deep-water time capsules. Unlike the later 1,200-year-old merchant ship recently found off Israel, which illuminates the early Islamic period, this older Greek ship provides a glimpse into the classical age of Socrates and Plato. Together, these wrecks bookend centuries of maritime history, showing both the technological evolution of shipbuilding and the enduring nature of Mediterranean trade. In conclusion, the discovery of the 1,200-year-old Byzantine shipwreck is far more than a lucky find. It is a corrective lens through which we must re-examine a pivotal era in human history. It is a tangible rebuttal to the notion that the early medieval Mediterranean was a world of fractured isolation and economic decline. Instead, this vessel, resting silently on the seabed for 12 centuries, testifies to resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of commerce to bridge political and religious divides. The ship and its cargo of fish sauce, olives, dates, and figs are a powerful reminder that the daily life and economic imperatives of ordinary people, the merchants, sailors, farmers, and consumers, often continue unabated, weaving a continuous thread of exchange and interaction beneath the surface of grand historical narratives of conflict. By studying its well-preserved hull and analyzing its diverse cargo, we are not merely cataloging artifacts. We are piecing together the story of a connected, sophisticated world. A story that challenges our assumptions and deepens our understanding of the complex transition from the classical age to the medieval world. Subscribe to the channel for more. Tell me in the comments section which documentary you expect next.